mentioned Jersey Shoresicle and that you're playing Snooki. Are you playing her pregnant or not?
Not pregnant. This is Jersey Shoresicle, how it all started. It's like the first and second seasons. Although we are trying to work in a pregnancy gag.
Well, it's good. You got room to grow.
Exactly. In many ways.
Check that out on Twitter, by the way, guys, at Shoresicle.
Yeah, and you can go to jerseyshoresicle.com for tickets.
Yes.
Or Gold Star. They're $15 at Gold Star. So, Roberta and Ned, we have a ton of questions, so I guess we should just hop on in, yeah?
Yeah.
First of all, is there anything you guys want to say to start off to clue people in who haven't been following this news story?
Oh, well... I'm sure Ned and I both think, has there been any other news?
Not for you guys.
Not for us. It's been a really intense couple of years, actually, leading up to this. But, we had an overwhelming vote. Ned has the numbers in front of him. I don't have the exact numbers, but the turnout was huge across the country and very solidly in favor of this merger. And now we have created the largest entertainment union in this country, and we are really, really excited about it.
Awesome. Well,
that's right. It was.
Go ahead.
We've been working at this at this specific effort for a couple of years, and frankly, the drive to bring this about has been being pressed pretty hard for about 4 years. We had to turn over the elected leadership in Screen Actors Guild, which was previously there was an anti-merger majority that was in place there, and over successive elections, the members were really responding to pro-merger candidates who ran across the country, and it was very clear in yesterday's vote that that was in fact what they wanted all along. It was an overwhelming vote, and since this is a program about Los Angeles artists, I'll tell you one of the things that was very impressive. We had an 86% yes vote across the country from AFTRA and an 82% yes vote from members across the country in SAG. But even here in Hollywood, where some of I'd say that's where the strongest opposition was, to the degree that there was opposition, still, among SAG members in Hollywood, 78% of them voted yes.
Wow.
Very dominant majority, and we were thrilled to see it.
What was that opposition about, if I could ask? I know that I have a political friend who's not in either union, but who is usually very pro-union. But he had sort of come out against the merger because of studios that were in favor of it, and he was saying that it was a better deal for the studios than for the actor. And I was wondering if you guys could talk to that a little bit.
Well, it's we both have heard that alleged, but the fact is the studios were notoriously quiet during this campaign, and anybody who thinks that this is going to advantage the studios is probably looking to the wrong end of the telescope. I mean, having to negotiate with one union for access to all of the performers and artists that you need, regardless of the medium, is a pretty powerful. We're in a pretty powerful position, and Ned, I don't.
Well,
I never thought it would advantage them.
I think the idea that our employers would prefer to deal with one union is just silly on its face, because what you have here now is one union that covers the entire entertainment and media industries in terms of performers. And look, if the employers who say produce primetime broadcast scripted television, would they prefer to have a situation where if one union goes on strike, well, they can strike a deal with another union and keep producing their programs? Of course they would. They hate the idea that there is now just one game in town, and that's us. And if we say no, there's nobody there to say yes. We shut down that segment of the industry.
Right.
They don't like that one little bit, and anybody who tells you otherwise is just talking nonsense.
Well, also, I think that the thing that's really important here, too, is that the studios for a long time have had a unified strategy in their approach to their bargaining with the various unions. finally we're going to have a unified strategy across the breadth of the industry. And that is a really powerful statement.
So in terms of the practicalities of this for members, I guess a lot of our listeners and viewers are wondering, like, what is the eligibility requirements now? Have they changed? Is it, how much will it cost nowadays? How is that all going to work now?
Well, the eligibility has changed for people who were looking to join AFTRA, because AFTRA was an open union. Mm-hmm. We accepted people who wanted to be professionals in the industry. Screen Actors Guild had requirements, and we have adopted those requirements pretty much as is for the new union. So you need to be employed, seeking a job, getting a contract or on a contract for a job, or if you are doing background, it's the 3 voucher rule. And also there's the 4 A's rule. If you belong to a sister union and are in good standing and have worked in that union, you can still join SAG-AFTRA, which is a longstanding agreement amongst the entertainment.
Is Actors Equity a sister union?
Yes, Actors Equity, AGMA, and AGVA. AGMA is musical artists, and AGVA is variety artists.
And how many weeks now does a member have to work to get health insurance?
Well, it's different in SAG-AFTRA because it's not weeks.
Oh, what is it? Dollars?
It's not a function. It's not a function of time.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are actually 2 ways that actors and other performers typically qualify for their pension and health benefits.
Mm-hmm.
The most commonly utilized is the amount of earnings that you make in a given calendar year, and those earnings all come with an employer contribution to our pension and health plans. And if you make a sufficient level of earnings to qualify for the benefits, then you're a participant in the plans.
Okay.
Their background performers are able to qualify by a mixture of earnings and days worked. So there is a function there, but strictly number of days worked. Actually, for a background performer, you could qualify in that way. I think it's 76 days.
I think.
Really?
Yeah, if I recall. But
and will that be retro dated at all, or is this going forward from today?
Well, the SAG pension and health and the AFTRA health and retirement funds are going to remain separate for the time being, because merging the unions does not merge automatically the pension and health and retirement.
Okay.
That will be up to the trustees of both of those funds. So right now it's pretty much status quo, but having one union really puts a lot of pressure on those trustees to do what's in the best interest of the participants, and clearly being able to have one fund is in everybody's best interest.
Guys, hang on one second. We got to go to
Hold
commercial.
that thought, Ned.
Yeah. We'll be right back with you guys on La La Land with Brett and Daisy right here on CRN Digital Talk.